Hey there you guys! So today I have a little bit of a change of scenery. I'm trying out some different ways to sit because my other style is a little boring. So now I'm going to be standing so I can be a little bit more expressive. Yeah, no. But anyway, so today I have my September wrap up. And so I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books this month. And I'm super excited to talk about them, so let's get started. So the first book that I read this month was Rick Riordan's The Son of Sobek, which was it's a short story ebook thing. That's kind of a twist of the Percy Jackson series and the Kane Chronicles series, and so there you guys now can see the cover and it's a reflection. Yeah. So this was the first book that I read this month, and I actually finished it like the day after I filmed my September TBR and my August wrap up. Yeah, August last month. But I had already filmed it, so I was like, I don't really want to mess with adding that in there, so I read it this month, and yeah. So the next book that I finished this month was Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour, and I actually put up a full review on this. It was my first ever review, and it was kind of crazy, and it's like 20 minutes long, so I apologize for anyone that's going to end up watching that video. But, yeah, in that video, I have the first part being a non-spoilery plot point discussion part, and then I have a spoilery discussion of things that I don't think people should know if they haven't read the book, but if you like spoilers, then go ahead and watch the whole 20-minute long video. It's like 18 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that. So yeah, this is the first book I read, and I'm not really going to talk about the plot or anything, because, you know, there's a review that's going to be down in the description that you guys can just go watch. And, okay, I'm sorry, I apologize for this weird light thing. I had to figure that out. I don't know why it's there, but hopefully it's not too distracting. It looks like I have a mustache. I have a mustache. Yeah. So anyway, the next book that I read this month was Paper Towns by John Green, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. It wasn't the greatest book in the world. It was well written, but the whole, like, the conflict is like the biggest part in the book, the part that you guys, like, you read and you look forward to during the entire book. And the main conflict in this book happened in the first part, which is like, the first part is, I don't even know how long the first part is. Let me see. The first part is 82 pages. The main conflict happens in the first 82 pages. Yeah. Now you see why I didn't really enjoy it. I don't know. But, yeah, so this is the second book that I read this month, and it wasn't great, but, I mean, it was a good book. It was a good book. So the next book that I read this month, well, actually started, but didn't finish, because I didn't want to continue it, was Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan. This book. I was 100 pages in. It's 311 pages. 310 pages, excuse me. And I was 100 pages in. About 100 pages in. A little bit over, a little bit under. I can't remember where I was. I just kept reading it, and I was like, they're two good authors, so reading it should make it better, right? But I got 100 pages in, and nothing had happened. Nothing had happened at all. Like, I literally kept reading, and I was like, so when does stuff happen? Like, it was an interesting concept of a book. I liked okay, let me read you the little blurb on the back. So, One cold night in a most unlikely corner of Chicago, two strangers cross paths. Two teens with the same name, running in two very different circles, suddenly find their lives going in new and unexpected directions, culminating in heroic turns of heart and the most epic musical ever to grace the high school stage. Nothing to relate to this blurb happened in the first 200 pages. I just couldn't get into it. And I kept reading it and I was like, this is going to get better. I hope this is going to get better. This is going to get better. And I was like, nope, I'm not reading it. So I guess I technically only read 8 books this month. I started it. I got a third of the way through it. Didn't finish it. So the next book that I read this month was The Giver by Lois Lowry. And as I said in my book haul, this book did not meet my expectations of what the trailer had imposed. It wasn't a good book. I mean, it's a quartet. So there's 4 books in this series, but I don't have a desire to read the other 4 books. Yeah, there's a big thing that happens at the very end of the book that I'd love to read more about, but I don't have the desire to. I really only picked up this book because I wanted to see the movie, and so I wanted to be able to read this before seeing the movie, and I wanted to compare them. But that didn't happen, so yeah. I don't remember when I gave this on Goodreads. I'm an awful person, I'm sorry. So the next book that I finished is actually starting my September TBR because I have contemporary literature this month, so I haven't been bringing these books to school. So the first book that I finished out of the series was The Battle of Labyrinth by Rick Riordan. And you know, the other 3 books that I finished were The Last Olympian and The Lost Hero and The Son of Neptune, which I just finished like on the 30th of September because, you know, cramming time! So I only read 4 of the books that I planned for my TBR, but they'll be read next month, so you know, I already know 3 of the books that are going to be in my TBR this month, so yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I doing this? I don't know. But so I've already read these books before, and I don't know I have much to say about them. I gave them each 5 out of 5 stars. I guess that's all I can say about those, because I can't express anything about them because I've read them multiple times, and if I express my feelings about them, I'll give away plot points, because you kind of have to read all the other books to understand them. So, yeah. Alright guys, well that is the end of my September reading. Yeah. So, do you guys want me to hold up the books that I finished this month? I'm stacking them, so I'll let you guys see them. So, let's see if I can do this. Alright, these are the 8 books. Well, one of them was a short story on my Kindle. But so these are the 8 books that I've read this month, minus this one. Cross that one out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.